Hello viewers, Media J2K here with another video of a recent arrival. Let's see what we got in this bigger box. As you can see, it's like almost half the size of this folding table. Almost half. I think it's a 6 foot. What are they? 6 by 2 and something. Yeah, so I'll open this up real fast and we can see what's inside. Just get another quick look at it. Okay. Alright, the hexagon protection, and that's a lot bigger box than I was expecting, so let's stand it up. Okay. I wasn't sure that was going to work, but there it is. It is 2 classified Cobra claws. Direct from Hasbro. Let me tell you, these are all showing up now, so people who placed their pre-orders when it was first released, I think earlier this year or late last year, we're all receiving it, right? However, on the day of its release, I put some with the snake armor in my cart. And I was like, okay, I'll come back later and buy it. And I came back later and it was all sold out. Like, they were sold out within, I think, 8 or 9 hours, whatever it was. And so I've been looking every now and then for the claw, again, the classified claw and the snake, and they've been sold out and sold out and sold out. Well, on the, let's see, on one of the days of Comic-Con, no, on August 1st, there was the grand sale of the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Cold Slither set. Dreadnought's Cold Slither set. And if you remember that controversy, it was available, I think, right away the morning of Comic-Con, and it sold out immediately, and then it wasn't available. And the premium members got upset because it was supposed to be same time and date as Comic-Con. The premium members were going to have access. Then Hasbro changed those rules and set it up for like an August 1st release. So August 1st came around, the premium members got on, it sold out within seconds, they're saying, the Cold Slither set. And so I got on there and looked, and this was still sold out. Then a little bit later, it was released again only for premium members when it should have been open to the general public, and it sold out again within a few seconds, like a few hours later. So at that time, I was looking around for other exclusives that I haven't been able to get yet, and the claw here said low stock. So I quickly picked up these 2 low stock claws because they were available, and it was sold out for a long time. When things come back, they're low stock. So I'm thinking some person who ordered, or maybe 2 separate people, canceled their orders that included these claws because they were upset about the whole Cold Slither thing, and I was able to pick them up. So thank you, whoever you were that canceled your orders. I was able to pick these up. So now I have 2 claws that were sold out for so long. And that's what it looks like unwrapped. Oh, can you see? There. Now it's in frame. There's the Cobra claw. Comes with the female pilot. Cobra pilot and Cobra claw. Covert light arrow weapon. I can't find my ARAH claws at the moment, so I will put the link to that video in the description box down below. I could tell you the few differences just off the pictures. The original claw had slide out extended wings, not fold up. It only had 2 landing gear, not 4. And the original, it didn't come with a pilot, let alone a pilot with 3 different head sculpts. 2 different head sculpts and a helmet, sorry. And And there were no female Cobras in the ARAH line except for Baroness. She was the only one for a long time. And then they released Vipra with a re-release of the Stinger in the late 90s or early 2000s, something like that. She's really rare to find. Then they did like another Vipra in a red outfit. But it was just a repaint of the Jinx figure. Always a repaint of the Jinx. So here's the back. Oh, look at this. Comes with a figure stand. That's nice. That's nice. None of the other vehicles that I have, well, the tripod, the Trouble Bubble is the only other classified vehicle I have. Oh, wait. And the Hiss Tank and the Rattler, they don't come with stands for any of the figures. Forgot I had those too. It's got the blast effects for the boosters. That's not for the rockets. This figure comes with a little Uzi and then another weapon and then a pistol with a silencer. Again, if you're flying in on a claw, you know, kind of defeats the purpose of silent infiltration, right? The claws are not quiet. But the claw is featured on the cover of G.I. Joe issue number 24, way back in I'm thinking that would be 1984 or 5, whenever that issue came out. I'm not quite sure. That was my very first comic book I ever got as a kid. My parents bought it for me at the store in the mall where they sold magazines and comic books. So it's a newsstand. The first one I have is a newsstand version. It's in bad shape now, but I'm going to keep it forever because that started all of my comic book collecting. All right, so let me open this up real quick. Okay, I opened it on the side opposite of the figure window because there was a flap on the back side of the box. It's just a little piece of tape you slice open and then it slid right out. The Serpentor, when I opened that one, that was a little struggle pulling that Serpentor out on the figure side of the box. I think that's the best way to do it. If you do it on the other side, that Serpentor, the tray that holds the figure in there is sticks up above the opening, so it's a little tricky. This one slid right out without any trouble, so that's good. There, box open, figure and vehicle are slid out. All right, so let me pull the claw out. That's gonna take a little time, so give me a few minutes, please. All right, real quick, the figure tray is not contained in the coffin. I don't know if you want to call that in the cardboard surround that it. So if you lift up, if you're leaning too far forward, the figure will fall right out. So just be careful with that. Luckily, nothing fell out of its tray. All right, but the claw is secure in there, taped and strapped. So it's gonna take a little bit to get out. Okay, viewers, that's taped in there really good. Make sure you're really careful pulling this out of the box because the landing gear is inside and this just doesn't slide out of the cardboard. Not even close, it doesn't slide out. So you're gonna have to cut the cardboard off to get the wings out of these protectors. And the plastic is nice, but that's strapped, so I gotta get that off too. Give me a few seconds. Okay, had to cut that carefully with scissors. My box cutter wasn't doing it. I tried, didn't want to scratch anything up. So finally got the vehicle free. Now I gotta get the extra pieces. Its wings. But that front stabilizer is there. This is nice. On the original 1984 claw, it was a lot smaller, and this gun was molded right here in the front. I think, molded. It is a piece that can come off, but it doesn't turn and it doesn't elevate, so that's a nice upgrade. The handlebars don't move on the 1984 claw either. It's a piece that clips in and then they hang down and they have the two wheels in the front. That's it. So it does have four wheels, but not for retractable landing gear. Ah, now I remember. See, if I had my original claw in front of me. So these wheels rotate. That landing gear rotates. And you need to rotate it to stow correctly. So they'll come down and rotate. Come down and rotate. I presume they need to rotate away from the pilot for more safety. And the handlebars slide up out of the way and then slide down for the pilot's access. They had to strap the harness to the vehicle, which kind of makes sense. Unfortunately, it just looks more like web gear that a soldier would walk around carrying gear on, and not a harness that would hold a pilot onto this mini aircraft. And the reason they did that, because in 1984 the figures weren't very heavy. You just strap them, you would just peg them on through their backpack hole on their backs, and then put their hands in the handlebars and the figures wouldn't fall off. But the classified figures, let me move that over there for now. Classified figures are heavy, so they need to strap in correctly. So let me get this figure in position. And once again, these newer figures are a lot easier to move at the joints than the previous. Like, she gave me no trouble there at the knees, nor at the arms. And this figure's arms are a little bit thicker than the Baroness from the Rattler. Okay, got her in place. This harness has belts in belt loops there across the waist. You slide those out, put the figure in, and then slip them back in place. Her helmet kept falling off, so be cautious of that. It does stand with those back stabilizers and the figure's feet. The claw will stand up. Like the original was light enough that if you pose the figure correctly, you could stand up the claw with the figure inside. Alright, so let me get the rest of the accessories out of the box here. The instructions can go there. Here is the weapons case. That's got all the accessories. Number 152. There you go, 152 that you can read, the Cobra logo. Then it says Cobra Pilot and Cobra Claw Covert Light Aerial Weapon. That's what CLAW stands for. Alright, and then inside the box are the bags. And I misspoke before. There's another female on the Cobra team. It's Zarana. Okay, and there you go. In one bag was the accessory, the rest of the parts for the claw. And in the other bag were the accessories for the figure. And, yes, an extra head sculpt. Yeah, alright, so I miraculously wasn't wrong. Okay, how about that? Yeah, it just worked out. Alright, so let me get these pieces on. Okay, got the claw all geared up. The helmet does keep falling off the figure, so I wonder if I trade out the head sculpt with the mast head, if the helmet will stay on better. As you can see, the folding wings on the sides for storage when not in use, the flaps to assist in the flight, and with the boosters, the blast effects on, the claw won't stand up anymore. So you'll have to decide what you want to do with that. Alright, let me see. I tried to get my Pilot Baroness out of the Rattler, but she's strapped in there really good. I don't want to break it trying to do it quickly, so I'll have to get that another day. Okay, so here we go. The helmet does stay on better with the pilot head in place. So I did try to get 3 of these, but 3 weren't available. I got 2. Maybe one day I'll find another complete one somewhere. And thanks for watching. Thanks to those of you that like, share, and subscribe. And Cobra!